What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I apologize there was no video yesterday, but I wasn't feeling the best, so I decided to take the day off. But we are back today with the Never Seen It series. However, before I show you what I've been watching lately, I have to pull a second name for the 4K subscriber giveaway because unfortunately Alexandra R, who initially won, has not gotten back to me, so it's time to pull another name, guys. We have to pull another name. Never give up hope. There's always second chances on this channel. All right, so let me quick do that right now. Woo! Gonna pull another name. This is the one. This is the one. Okay, here we go. The second winner of the 4K subscriber giveaway is Physical Media Collector 93. All right, Physical Media Collector 93, there we go. So I'm going to make an announcement on my community tab on YouTube, but also make a comment underneath that video that we guessed on YouTube. Hopefully you will see it, Physical Media Collector 93, because I don't want to pull a third name. I really don't. So I'm really hoping that you get back to me. When you see that you are the winner, Physical Media Collector, respond to me at Twitter or I'll take Instagram at Movies&Sue. Okay, I'll put it right here at Movies&Sue. Okay, congratulations. Now let's move on to what I've been watching lately, the Never Seen It series. I started doing these kinds of videos because I started collecting a lot of movies that I've never seen before in my entire life. So I decided to make a little video segment about it, and it's never ending because I keep getting movies that I have not seen. But I always like to do this because I recommend them to you. Do I love them? Do I hate them? There's always a best of the batch and a worst of the batch. Everything else falls in between. Although I have to say with this recent batch, there isn't a worst. I'm not going to toss anything across the room today. I know that's probably unfortunate for a lot of you because you like seeing me toss movies across the room. But there really isn't one that I'm like, I really hated. Just like, yeah, like let down by, or wasn't really like, yeah, like gung-ho about, you know, one of those. But I'm not going to be throwing any across the room. So let's start off with the best of this batch, and that for me was The Mule with Clint Eastwood. Incredible true story about a man that became a drug runner, and he just kept on doing it. He lost his business. He pretty much lost everything in his life. He's very old and he's getting paid a lot of money to run some drugs. And Bradley Cooper is in the movie as well. And I could have used a little bit more of Bradley Cooper, but I mean, it's written. Was it written by Clint Eastwood? No. Produced and directed by Clint Eastwood. So if Clint Eastwood is directing and he's the star, I guess you gotta, you know, be fine with going off to the side and letting him shine. He's having threesomes in this movie with girls that are in like their young 20s. I mean, come on. If it's true to the story, I guess it's got to go in there. But did it really happen, Clint? Did it really happen? I don't know. I'm sure he was a ladies' man, but how much of a ladies' man? But that was the best of the batch. Another true story that I watched this week was 42 with Chadwick Boseman playing Jackie Robinson, the first African-American allowed in Major League Baseball. Absolutely incredible true story. Obviously, I've heard about this event, but I never actually took the time to learn and educate myself. And this is why I love movies that are true stories, because they open your eyes to events that happen in history. Now, of course, I don't know if everything happened word for word, but the events in question that happened were absolutely horrible for Jackie Robinson. And to see what he actually went through was just mind-blowing, I guess. Just mind-blowing and eye-opening for me. And he really was a door opener. And you got to respect people like that. And having Chadwick Boseman, very talented. We lost him way too soon. And just having him play him and all the emotion of him not being here anymore, just, it all culminated for me. So this was actually very close, The Mule and 42 for my top choice. So it's a tie. They're both my favorite. How about that? Because I can't decide between the two. All right, moving on to pure nostalgia for me. I watched this the other night. Career Opportunities. Now, yes, I have seen this one before, but in Never Seen It series, if I haven't seen something for about 10, 15 years or longer, It's going in the never seen it so I can experience it again because I'm at a different stage of my life. This came out in 91. I was 11 years old at the time. I'm now 40 at a different point in my life. Way different. So this is a different experience of a watch for me. And it's John Hughes. It's John Hughes. I love it. It's just one of those quirky little 90-minute comedies that you just eat up. It's bubblegum. It's nothing serious. You just take it for what it is, and it is what it is. Plus, it features my favorite place, or one of my favorite places, the Target. Pretty much the entire thing takes place inside of a Target, if you did not know that. Okay. Let's get ready for a serious drama with Foxcatcher. Oh my God. Another true stories. I've been watching true stories this entire time. Another horrific true story. Again, I had no idea about this story, about these events. Steve Carell playing this very eccentric millionaire that's trying to live out his lost wrestling dreams throughout these two brothers and wanting to encourage other wrestlers, but he's very demented and weird. And Channing Tatum plays one of the brothers. Mark Ruffalo's the other brother. It is so dramatic. It's very deep. You have to be in a certain mindset for this story, but it's definitely worth it. It was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. I'm not sure if it won any. I don't think it did, but it's definitely deserving of a watch. Especially, I got my copy at FYE for about, I think, $4.99. Definitely worth it. If you can find a cheap copy, get it. You won't regret it. That rhymed. Okay, next up. Okay, I love Sam Rockwell. You know I do. But this was goddamn weird. If you've seen this, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I normally don't gravitate towards space movies to begin with. I actually chose this for my mom because we were watching a movie together. And I was like, oh, let me pick something sci-fi for her. We'll watch it together. This was weird. This was beyond weird. I honestly don't know what else to say about it because you gotta experience it for yourself. It's not necessarily a bad movie, but I wasn't blown away by it, if you know what I mean. I was kind of like, and like rewatchability factor is probably not high on the list for me. There's a few movies like that in the pile, so this is definitely one of them. Like I said, not a bad movie, but I don't know how soon I'll watch it again. Poor Sam Rockwell. Okay, next up, this is one that I had preconceived notions about, but I enjoyed more than I thought I was going to, and that's Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp and Michelle Pfeiffer, directed by Tim Burton. I thought this was going to be goddamn stupid, like idiotic, but I picked it up for about $5 at FYE one day. I was like, whatever, I'll give it a chance. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, again, just one of those funny, you just know what it is, you accept it for what it is, and you just go with it. You don't like try to question it or put pieces together or anything. For $5, if you can find it at like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, something like that, it's definitely worth the pickup. It's a great watch for like October, Halloween month coming up. All right, speaking of vampires, we got some more serious vampires with 30 Days and 30 Days and Nights, or 30 Days of Night, sorry. I highly enjoyed this one. I thought it was a very unique take on vampires, considering that they weren't even speaking English. They were speaking their own language. I thought that was really awesome. And how they looked was amazing. I think this is my favorite movie of Josh Hartnett. Now, I haven't seen a lot of Josh Hartnett stuff, but I thought he was pretty good. Pretty great in this movie, actually. So I don't mind him in this. I wish he would kind of make a comeback. I think he's focusing on television right now, TV series, something like that. But I'd like to see him back in movies. What's going on, man? Get back in the game. But yeah, great pickup. I think it was like $5. All right, next up. Bad Times at the El Royale. This one was interesting and intriguing because you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. 7 strangers at a hotel in what, the 70s? I don't know. I forget what decade it is. But it's a film noir. This category of film is definitely not for everyone. It's kind of slow paced, especially towards the middle. And I gotta say, when Chris Hemsworth makes his appearance, that's when the movie really kind of slows down, and I didn't really like that so much. But overall, it's a decent watch. It's a good movie. It's got little twists here and there in it. I always like a good little twist. But again, rewatchability. How many times am I going to watch this? Like, oh, I'm in the mood for Bad Times at the El Royale. I'm not sure if you get what I'm saying, but it's a good movie. It's not bad. And actually, I enjoyed Dakota Johnson. Nothing bad to say about her in that. All right, here is one of the classic movies of all time. Classic comedies, Nicolas Cage. I was on a Nicolas Cage kick. I kind of watched a lot of his stuff lately. Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter, Raising Arizona. Now, I have seen this before, but again, it falls into the category of it's been over probably 15 years since I've seen it. So I decided to pop it in. It's a quick comedy that you can watch. It's about a couple that are so desperate to have a baby that they kidnap one. And it's absolutely hilarious. John Goodman is in it. Frances McDormand is in it because obviously the Coen brothers are involved, written, directed. So obviously she's in there. So this is a great funny comedy. I will always enjoy this one. Holly Hunter is ridiculously over the top, zany, crazy. Her and Nicolas Cage have great chemistry. They bounce off of each other very well. Love it. All right, next up is a 3-pack, but I only watched the one in the middle, Going the Distance, with Drew Barrymore and Justin Long. I don't normally go for romantic comedies. It's kind of lower on my list of what I usually go for, but I decided one night I needed something light and airy to watch. So I went for Going the Distance. I didn't mind it when it started out. Kind of started to drag just a little bit. I did fall asleep a little bit, but I woke back up again, like I think towards the end. I probably missed a good 20 minutes of the movie, but you kind of got the gist of what it was about in the first 45 minutes. And then beyond that, we're just stretching. We're stretching it out. We're stretching it out some more. We're stretching it out some more to make it the entire runtime. Drew Barrymore and Justin Long did have good chemistry together. I did enjoy the concept. I think it was just too long. I don't know. No pun intended on Justin Long's name. Okay, here we go. Another Nicolas Cage and romantic comedy, Honeymoon in Vegas. Now, I've obviously never seen this one before. That's why it's in here. But, again, rewatchability factor. How many times am I going to pull this out? It's a very simple concept. Going to Vegas. The guy, it's kind of like Indecent Proposal. You know, James Caan sees SJP in the lobby of the hotel, reminds him of his dead wife, and he wants to take her away, and Nicolas Cage is trying to win her back. It's Indecent Proposal. Like, it's the same story, but this is a romantic comedy, and the other one is a drama, so it's kind of a repeat script if you really want to get technical. But, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, wow, this is like the best movie ever. It was not. I mean, it had an awesome ending with the flying Elvises, I will say that. But other than that, it's like, okay, I saw it. I don't know if I'll have the need to watch it again. I honestly don't know. All right, this is the one I watched last night. Had a really good time with the family. The Family. Mom, Dad, and I, we all watched this together. You know I love my mob movies. This is mob movie kind of with a flip, with a twist, a little bit of comedy involved. And it's enjoyable. Again, it's the rewatchability factor. I'm watching a lot of movies lately where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm either going to watch it again or how many times am I going to watch it. It's not a go-to for me, but I'm glad I have it in the collection. Maybe I'll be in the mood someday in the future. I have no idea, but it's always nice to see Robert De Niro, two powerhouses acting together. Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer. Absolutely phenomenal. I love to see that. Two powerhouse actors going head to head together in a movie. I love that. Great stuff. All right. This next one. California. If you ever thought of taking a road trip with a random stranger, this movie is definitely going to change your mind. Holy cow! Brad Pitt is nuts. Brad Pitt is nuts in this film. Wow, but it was goddamn entertaining. I had a good time the entire way through. Juliette Lewis, man, she was phenomenal in this movie. Was she awarded something for this? How could she not have been recognized for this? I thought she was absolutely incredible and amazing. If you guys have not seen California with a K, I highly recommend that you see this, because the reason Brad Pitt did this movie was because he was kind of stuck in the pretty boy movies again and again and again. He wanted to do something completely different, do a 180. And I think it was a great choice, because brace yourselves, it gets pretty crazy. He's crazy, pretty crazy. My pile's going to go over. Okay, next up, the comedy of the decade. August, Osage County. Oh my God, I'm so joking. This movie is one of the most dramatic movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Talk about family dramas. Like, if you want to see a family drama, now this is based off of the play. Oh, good Lord. I mean, it's got Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts. They were nominated for these performances. But man, this takes a heavy toll on your brain. You might want to have some alcohol first before you enjoy this movie. If you can even say you do enjoy this movie. I mean, I can say I can respect this movie because of the acting skills. It's hard to say I enjoy it because the subject matter is so heavy. Like, just when you think you've revealed everything, there's another twist behind the curtain. Just when you think you're done, no, there's another twist around the bend. Like, it's twisty. There's tons of family secrets being revealed in this movie. So have a little bit of alcohol, maybe some tequila, vodka, whatever you're into, and brace yourselves if you're even thinking about watching August, Osage County. That's what I recommend. All right, moving on to Escape Plan. Oh, two heavyweights. What'd I just say? Sly Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger together in jail. They got to break out. It's a simple formula and it works. You don't need fancy stuff. You really don't. When you have two big names and a simple concept, that's all you need. This is just dumb fun and I loved it. Loved it. All right, moving on to Postcards from the Edge. This is a quirky, weird, funny dramedy. I'm going to call it a dramedy because it's not a full comedy, but it's not full serious. I think this is based on Carrie Fisher's memoirs, because I believe these characters right here, Meryl Streep again and Shirley MacLaine, are based on Carrie Fisher and her mother, Debbie Reynolds. I would assume, because Shirley MacLaine pretty much is a Debbie Reynolds clone in this movie. But again, it falls under the rewatchability factor. How many times am I going to watch this? I enjoyed the movie. I did. I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure how many times I'm going to grab it. Final movie. Yes, final movie. And I'm not going to throw it across the room. I really can't, because unfortunately I fell asleep during it. I hate when that happens, especially when this was sent to me by a subscriber, which means I'm going to give it another chance, and that is The Last Seduction. I'm so sorry that I fell asleep during this. I really apologize. It was late at night. All I gotta say is chain link fence. Holy cow. If you guys have seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so that is everything that I've been watching lately. Congratulations to, again, Physical Media Collector 93. Physical Media Collector 93, you are the new winner of the 4K subscriber giveaway. So please get in contact with me at Movies&Sue on Twitter and Instagram. Let me know down below what you've been watching lately. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.